Hi everyone, I'm Ben from RunanEmpire. RunanEmpire is a strategy game for runners, joggers and walkers. We can all agree that running is great. It's addictive, it's rewarding, it's healthy. But most runners, beginners and experienced runners, will agree that it's quite hard to stay motivated, to get started and to stay motivated. We think that actually fitness trackers haven't really changed much in the last 10 years. Since the advent of the smartphone, it's been points for calories burned or badges for miles run. We think if we can take the addictive play cycles of free-to-play gaming and strategy gaming, we can make running far more rewarding. So how does it work? So at its simplest, you just open the app, turn it on, and go for a run. We've divided the world into these hexagonal grids, about 30 meters across, the hexagons are. Every time you run through one or around one, you capture it. But everyone plays on the same grid, so there's a global turf war going on to be the ruler of a kingdom. When you own a hex, your banner will fly above it, your coat of arms. Now, what's the market like? Obviously, you've all heard of a very small app called Pokemon Go. We think located gaming is going to be massive. But we're borrowing from a number of segments: the free-to-play gaming space, the addictive play cycles, and the adventure of those strategy games. At the same time, we're borrowing from the location games, the located services space, thinking about things like integrated marketing. What can we do with the idea of the space around you? And of course, fitness trackers, we all know, are a huge market. There's 115 million recreational runners in the EU and US alone. The fitness tracker market is projected to be worth $36 billion by 2020. And how are we doing? So our revenue model is based around in-app purchases. So we're pre-revenue at this stage, but we'll be looking to borrow from people like Strava, who are making $6 per month on the 20% of their users that convert. We're also going to be looking to obviously borrow from Pokemon, who are still making $500,000 a day on their roughly 8 million monthly active users. We soft launched in the UK about 10 weeks ago, so minimal marketing spend, and we've already seen 16,000 installs. We've had 50,000 runs in our app. We went to the top 10 of fitness in the UK and #1 in New Zealand. We're getting overwhelmingly 5-star reviews, and the press has been great. The response has been really strong towards this idea of taking the free-to-play gaming space and taking it outdoors to runners. So we're currently raising funds. We'd love to talk to you. Get in touch with me. We're raising 280K for a seed round. And yeah, please join us on the app as well. We'll be launching here soon. Thank you.
Thanks for that very interesting model. Could you talk us through any partnerships you've explored with some of the very established companies like Strava you mentioned, or Nike, who do have very established and committed followings?
Yeah, so one of the big ways that we'll hopefully make money, but probably more importantly get users, is through partnerships. So we currently have a deal in the pipeline for May next year with one of the world's largest running brands. Obviously, one of their challenges is how do they market to a new generation of users. We're primarily 20 to 35 is our user base, like typically quite a hard one for them to target. So yeah, we've got one, I can't say the name, but we have got one coming up in May next year. Thanks, guys.